and welcome to this week's episode of The Language of Leadership. I'm your host, Chuck Marting. This last week, I was traveling back from a conference where I was speaking at, and I had a lot of time to reflect and a lot of time to look at some things and to experience some things that I probably wouldn't have experienced at any other time, especially at this point in this travel that I was having. And I don't know about you guys, but when I go on a trip, I find that, especially on a plane, I have a really hard time trying to really get into a book, reading it on my phone or using my iPad. Um, there's just something about having a physical book with me that helps me maintain my focus, my concentration, being able to look at that book, to feel it, to read. It's just a different experience for me. And so I hope that you're able to relate to that. But on this trip, I had the book Greatness by David L. Cook. And yeah, I spent $100 on this book. It's a great book. I still go back and I read it. I've read it repeatedly. And I was reading a part of it. He has three pillars of leadership that he talks about. And one of those pillars is what I'm wanting to address today because I experienced it while I was at this conference. And it was something that I was really thinking about on this flight back. And I had to read that, just that 2 pages that he has in here where he addresses passion. But today, I want to dive deep into the heart of that power. And it's what I consider one of the true leadership passions, and that is passion. Passion, to me, just isn't a buzzword. It's the rocket fuel behind every successful leader's journey that I've come across. It's what keeps you going when the going gets tough, and it's what makes you different from anybody else, and it is what makes others want to follow you, is that passion. What is passion in leadership? I think that's a question that a lot of people ask. And if you think of passion as your inner drive, it's the burning desire to do what you love. And it makes a difference while you're doing it if you feel that. You see, when you're passionate, it shows. Your eyes light up when you talk about it at work. You're excited to tackle your challenges. This is the energy that you bring to the table, and it's infectious. It spreads to those around you. Part of my story that I want to share with you is when I transitioned from a career in law enforcement to starting my own business, it was passion that pushed me to take that leap. I knew nothing about being an entrepreneur, but my desire to create something meaningful was stronger than any doubt that I had. The impact that I experienced firsthand, I had to remember that passion isn't just about feeling strongly about your work. It's about how this feeling translates into an action and it inspires you. So at this recent speaking event, the most common feedback I received wasn't about the content that I was there, that I presented to everybody, but it was the passion I displayed. And I found that very interesting. People noticed and they were drawn to that passion. Now, how do you cultivate and communicate passion? In this episode of The Language of Leadership, I want to dive into the fiery core of that. I want to explore passion as an indispensable fuel for leadership greatness. And this episode is inspired by David L. Cook and his insights. So I want to unravel passion as a foundational pillar that helps propel leaders to extraordinary heights. So in doing that, we have to go into the essence of passion in leadership. So I guess the first thing you need to do is define passion. And I'll do that with David L. Cook. He articulates in his exploration of greatness, he says it is the vibrant thread weaving through the tapestry of leadership success. It's this relentless drive, a deep-seated fever for one's pursuits that distinguishes the good from the great leaders. So there's a very definite distinction. You see, my own odyssey from my career in law enforcement to the uncertain waters of entrepreneurship underscores the transformational power of passion. It was a leap fueled not by recklessness, but by a profound passion for creating something of my own. This journey was a testament to the belief that passion is not merely a trait, but it's a guiding light. In recalling the speaking engagement that I had in Atlanta, I was reminded of passion's magnetic pull. The feedback was unanimous. My passion was not only evident, but it was also infectious. So this encounter served as a very strong reminder that true leadership resonates through the passion that one exhibits. And I saw that with the other leaders that were there. You could tell by the minute you went in and you could feel it with that individual up on the stage. You knew that it was going to be good before they even opened their mouth. It just resonates. Visionary leaders, the path to your greatness begins here. Introducing the Alliance Mastermind Group, a sanctuary designed to amplify your leadership potential and turn your dreams into achievements. Inspired by the mastermind philosophy of Napoleon Hill, imagine a dynamic circle of tenacious minds, all committed to helping you reach your goals. In the Alliance Mastermind Group, leadership isn't just a title. It's an active journey towards the realization of your vision. You know, throughout history, mastermind groups have propelled leaders to new heights. Now, we're extending an invitation for you to experience this transformational power. At the Alliance Mastermind Group, leadership isn't just a concept. It's a dedication to each member's success. Our unique approach includes expert training sessions tailored to amplify your leadership skills. Now, this isn't just a group. It's like having your own executive board invested in your progress and your success. Imagine having a team where every member is genuinely interested in seeing your achievements and your goals reached. Or are you ready to take the first step? Apply now using the link in the description of this video and secure your place among the 10 leaders destined to be extraordinary in their success. The Alliance Mastermind Group, where leadership dreams take flight. Your vision, our commitment. Apply now. One of the things that I want to share with you is when I started this business, this venture that I started with my wife, it was humbly started at the beginning at our kitchen table. And now we've established 2 brick and mortar locations. And it epitomizes the essence of passion-driven growth. Now, as I reflect on the earlier days of our journey and the milestones, it's very clear that our success was significantly amplified by our passion. And it just resonated deeply with our clients and also our team alike. They also could feel it, and they also had it become contagious with themselves. So a lot of times people ask me, how do you find your passion? So what I want to do is I want to dive into about 6 keys to cultivating and communicating passion as a leader. So the first is finding your passion. You got to discover what your passion is. And it's comparable to uncovering what your soul is, or the script of your soul. It requires reflection and an unwavering belief in the path that you're going to choose. Passion fuels perseverance. It ignites the spark that propels you forward, and it helps you even against all the odds. So the next thing is sharing your vision. A lot of times we're afraid to share any of this stuff, what we're wanting to do, because we're worried about what other people's thoughts are. But I can tell you, a leader's vision becomes compelling when it's shared with passion. It's about making every interaction count. It's going to be ensuring that your vision is not just heard, but it's felt by those that you explain it to. So that engagement is going to transform your workplace. It's going to foster a culture where passion is the currency of success. And that is something that is very powerful. The next key is going to be the empowerment and the solutions to that empowerment. You have to empower your team. And that is going to mean you're going to have to trust them with the vision that you're passionate about. It's about encouraging solution oriented mindsets where challenges are met with creativity and resilience. And this approach not only spreads passion, but it cultivates a collective drive towards excellence. That would lead us to sustaining passions. The next key is avoiding burnout. The journey of passion is a leadership marathon, it's not a sprint. And recognizing the signs of burnout and prioritizing self care are crucial in maintaining the intensity of your passion without letting it consume you. So you have to recognize that you're in this for the long haul. You have to recognize your own signs of burnout. Are you getting complacent? Are you no longer planning your days? Are you not taking the time to fully engage and to be able to go and explain things to people because you're tired, because you're burned out, because you need a change? You have to be able to recognize that. And you have to do that before it consumes you, because if you don't, it's going to definitely affect not only your work and how you do things, but it's also going to affect your team and how they respond to situations as well. They're going to watch you. They're going to see how you deal with stress, how you deal with all these different elements. And then they're going to mimic or they're going to regurgitate or do the same thing back that they've seen you do. That's why avoiding burnout is so crucial in this. Now, the next key is being disruptive and transparent. Now, I'm not telling you to go start a riot, okay? But innovation is going to require the courage to disrupt. It's the challenge that you have challenging the status quo. The passionate leader is transparent in their pursuits. They're open to learning from their failures and relentless in their quest for self improvement. Self awareness is the next key and the last key. Self awareness is understanding the impact of your actions. And words are a hallmark of passionate leadership. It's about being attuned to the needs and perspectives of those that you lead. It's also ensuring that your passion fosters an environment of empathy and also growth. You have to remember to remind yourself that the essence of impactful leadership is passion. It's the spark that it ignites innovation, and it's the glue that binds teams and the force that drives it towards our highest aspirations. Passion is a powerful tool. So, as we draw the curtain on today's exploration of passion and leadership, I want to leave you with a thought. And the most powerful legacy that a leader can leave is not just in the success that they've achieved, but in the fires of passion that they've ignited in the hearts of others. Passion is more than a trait, it's a beacon that lights the way for both current and for future leaders. Remember that as you work with your team, you're building the next generation of leaders. You're helping them realize what their priorities should be and how they should approach the same thing that you're approaching. Be that example that they need. They are going to be the future leaders of your company or the business that you're in. So we need to train them. We need to do it right. We need to help them realize and understand how passion and other tools are so vitally important in leadership. So with that in mind, next week, we're going to dive into another vital aspect of leadership that promises to be just as enriching and transformative as this one. So I want to invite you to join us again next week for the language of leadership. So together we'll continue to unravel the mysteries of leadership, and we're going to learn and grow. And each story is going to give insight. If today's conversation sparked a flame within you, I encourage you to share this journey with your peers, your team, your fellow leaders. Let's spread this ember of passion and fire as wide as we can. igniting a collective movement towards more inspired, empathetic, and dynamic leadership is going to be key. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I want you to remember that the language of leadership is universal. It's transcendent. And importantly, it's within each one of us. So until next time, keep leading with passion, purpose, and unwavering determination. Share this podcast with those who aspire to make a difference. And I look forward what lies ahead and talking to you next week. Until then, take care.